This is Real Talk.
Real talk.
Yo, this is Ryder, and you're locked into Real Talk.
To Real Talk with Labzy.
Labzy.
And so ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Royal El Latino. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, good brother. What's going on?
Not much, bro. Just honestly, I'm on top of the moon right now. But first of all, how is your mental health?
Oh, it's up and down, but you know what I mean? We're getting there. We're getting there for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if but I'm happy for you to be here, man. For you to take the time and really be speaking to me, and I really wanted to really wanted to talk to you because I've always been curious. I've always been curious about the Latin community because obviously in Australia it's not really look it's there, but it's not I feel like it's not spoken about as much. Like if you look at obviously in America, obviously there's Latinos everywhere of different obviously Spanish as well, and they're a part of, it just feels like they're a part of America, and especially but when it comes to Australia, it's not really as heard as much. Like you guys
Yeah,
are there but not there, if that makes sense. But
yeah.
and I love how the Latin community is now starting to grow slowly, because I went to an open mic. I went to an open mic.
All right,
And
quick question there, Labzy.
yes, yes.
On top of my screen, it's black, so I can't see you. I'm not sure what's going on there though. I can see
Ah,
myself
okay.
though.
Yeah, because I can see you fine. I can see you perfectly. I can see me. I can see you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. It's probably, I don't know if it's your phone playing up. Probably. I don't know.
All right. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's all right. All good. I can
Yeah.
hear you, bro. What was I gonna say? Yeah, in the Latin community. Yeah, I think the reason why, we're not heard of as much is obviously power in numbers, you know what I mean? So if you go to America, like we're all through America. So there's a big percentage of us in America. So here it's a little bit more difficult, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot less of us. I think maybe the Southwest, Sydney Southwest, you know what I mean? Over there, there's a lot more of us, but apart from that, we're spread out and fair few.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, which does make sense. I think population plays a big role in it as well.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about your music for a little bit, and also I wanted to know about what motivated you to get into doing music from the very beginning.
Oh, from the beginning, look, so I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My story is I was born here in Australia,
Mhm.
but when I was 6 months, my parents decided to go back to Uruguay in South America, so that's where my bloodline's from and my heritage. And we lived in the border of Uruguay and Brazil. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Brazil also had a bit to do with it with drums and things like that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of rhythms, a lot of music out there, and that's where it sort of began for me, I believe. And it sort of started off more so with drumming than rapping or anything like that. But that's how it sort of kicked off for me, I believe.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so you were a bit of a drummer, you're a bit of a drummer, as in like so what type of drums were they? For the people that
Oh,
don't know.
like like traditional sort of African style drums, but
Okay.
then also when I came to Australia, back to Australia, I took up music, and I started playing the drum kit itself. Yeah, so I wouldn't say
Okay.
I'm like phenomenal, but it was definitely a good hobby. Like definitely.
Yeah, nice. So how did the world of rap come to you? And how did that create that mentality of, you know what, I wanna start doing it. Like who were your rappers that artists that you listened to that
It's funny
motivated you?
because it's funny. That's a good question. Like it's funny because I've got this curtain behind me that says Cypress Hill, and those are the first guys that I heard that were kind of that looked like me that was doing it. You know what I mean? And it was their first album. I think "Insane in the Brain" was like the first sort of rap thing that I heard, and it was brought to me by a guy named MC Placid. Placid, they were part of a crew called DSR in Brisbane, and yeah, like that dude, he brought Cypress Hill to me, and I was like, I like that, you know what I mean? Because it had like rhythms that were kind of similar to us, but also there was a little bit of Spanish in there. So yeah, man, that has to be my first sort of rap group, Cypress Hill. Then after that was also like, big influence for me is Snoop, Tupac, you know what I mean? That whole West Coast era. I sort of liked West Coast quite a lot, you know what I mean?
Mm. Okay, no, I love that.
Yeah.
And so, do you remember your very first song that you did? The very first Royal El Latino song that you did?
Yeah, yeah. It was I used to live in the north side of Brisbane, and it was called the neighborhood we were living in was called Fitzgibbon. And the first track we ever did was dedicated to the my boys in the neighborhood, and it was called Fitzgibbon Riders. And it had to do with a car club as well. It was like a neighborhood slash car club that we had back then. And they wanted to come up with a name, so I threw in the name Riders, like like picture that if we were on motorbikes, it would be like the Rough Riders. So we just called it Fitzgibbon Riders, and that was the first song that I ever done was dedicated to them. To be honest,
Yeah. So tell me about your writing skills. Do you like mostly freestyle, or do you like mostly write poetry, or you also, I don't know, do you experiment with lyrics? Like how tell me about your writing style.
my writing style these days, to be honest, is more so as long as I got a beat, if I got a beat there, but basically, like it comes from hearing that beat. Once I hear that beat and I can understand this is where the chorus goes, this is where the intro, outro goes, bridge, whatnot. That's what I like to do. I like to hear the beat first and then try and plan like a song around that. Choose a topic. Once I choose that topic, then I sort of start writing, you know what I mean? But usually it's the first verse that I write, yeah? I write that
Okay.
first verse, then I sort of start off like that. Like if it's the first verse first, then the chorus comes next, and I work on the chorus. Then after that, I sort of finish the song. But yeah,
Yeah, nice.
and straight up, just old school styles. I like doing it old school way. Like it has to be pen and pad. Like I do have my phone, and I've done that a couple times, but to me, it just doesn't. I don't know. I don't come from that era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just doesn't feel the same.
It doesn't feel the same. No, not at all. I need to have like the pen and pad there, write that down, and then memorize it. That's
Mm.
another thing that I like doing these days. That was brought to me by K Rasta Studios, just to memorize it first. Make sure I go, it's all in my head first, and then I take that to the studio without the pen and pad there. You just have it there just in case you forget or whatever. But it comes more naturally if you've just memorized it and you've got it there. You land right in the pocket, land right on beat.
Yeah, I love that. So tell me about when it comes to matching, like finding perfect beats for songs, right? Because you were saying that, as long as the beat is there, obviously that's when you either start writing. And so how do you know which lyrics are gonna work very well with the beat?
Yeah, well that's true. That's a good question. I think you got to find the flow. You know what I mean? You got to find the flow, and also if I don't feel the beat, I won't work on it. Does that make sense? If I feel like the
Mm,
beat's hot, like it's weird writing music because you can have the most hectic beat and think that's sick, and then you go to write and you don't quite fit in it. But then
mm.
you can have the most simple beat with less instruments or whatnot, and then suddenly you just create a masterpiece out of it. So sometimes the more simpler, the better. You know what I mean? Just depends on who you are, how you write. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, because
Yeah.
that is very interesting because I think it all comes down to, how does it align with what is going to be put onto the paper with the beat, I guess. Because just as you said, it's like,
Yeah.
well, you could put a sick beat, but if the lyrics aren't right, then it's not gonna work. But then sometimes the simple beats can be like, yeah, no, I know what to do with this, and you know what to do with that, and you're always just writing and putting a lot of ideas. So,
Yeah.
okay, all right, that's very interesting. And how
Like
did you? Yeah, go
like
on.
like like for example, right now, I like no one knows this. I suppose they'll know now, but I'm part of this beat program, so I was able to get like this beats with hooks that have like major artists on them. You know what I mean? It's an official thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. There's some big names on there. So one of them was Everlast,
Okay.
and last night like there's a few rappers, bro. There's Snoop Dogg on there. There's quite a few, bro. There's some big names. Rick Ross, um, X-Rated. There's quite a few names, but the one I felt the most comfortable to write to was the one with Everlast, which was kind of like hip hop with a tinge of rock on there. Like,
Okay.
and man, I like, yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You could have Snoop on a track, and you don't really feel like writing. You know what I mean? And then you can have someone like Everlast on a track, and you just kill it. It's just weird. Just depends on your mood and on the day. I suppose you got to be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So how did you get that opportunity?
Oh, so I'm part of this beat program that I've been part of them for like, oh man, probably over 15 years. So they send me like all these offers and stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, they pretty much sent me this deal, and I said yeah, and I'm like, yeah, sweet man, you just got to make sure that you're mentioning the producer and whatnot, and then yeah, man. So I just got lucky with that one, bro, to be honest, yeah.
Wow.
Well, not lucky, it's probably,
Yeah, of
15,
course.
15, 20 years of work or whatnot, and then suddenly now it's like, oh yes, sweet man. So yeah, I got that. I jumped on that opportunity. I haven't signed the contracts yet.
Hmm.
But once I sign them, I'll be like, I've already started writing to one last night. So once the contracts are there, it'll be straight to the studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then, yeah,
nice.
man. Hopefully, we got some pretty dope stuff with some big artists, out there. So that would be dope. It's makes me happy. I've always wanted, always wanted like a song with Snoop Dogg. Always.
Oh man, of course. Well, here's the question:
Yeah.
would you smoke with Snoop Dogg? Which I think a lot of people would ask that question.
Oh, I'm a lightweight, bro.
Yeah.
As much as I'm a big boy, I'm a lightweight. I'm gonna say that I will just to say, you know what? I had a little talk with Snoop. But I think DL Snoop would absolutely murder me, bro. But I'll have a little one, bro, for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like the level of weed that he smokes, I feel like if us lightweights, if we smoke that, I feel like we're going to another dimension and we're not coming back. That's probably what it
No, no,
feels like.
I like I'll be honest with you, it's scary. It's
Yeah.
scary, bro. It scares me.
Yeah. Oh man. But
I definitely wouldn't smoke and jump in the studio after with Snoop, bro. That would,
yeah, nah.
yeah, yeah,
We're
no,
not we're, I don't feel, I feel like we're not going home after that. No
nah,
chance.
nah, bro, no, no. I'll be in space, bro. I'll be up there with the aliens, bro.
Yeah, I know. Well, for me, because I'm not really a weed smoker myself. So if I did that, I'm going
Right.
to another dimension and I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Um, yeah, it's yeah. I don't know, just weed just never really just did it for me. It's just the after effect was always the thing that scared me. That's all it was. That's why I never really got into it much.
I
Um,
it's strange because I feel like weed's different, you know, with alcohol and that, you know, you can feel it like changing your vibe and whatnot, you know what I mean? But with weed, it's like like suddenly it creeps up and gets you. If you're not ready, it's full on, you know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. And I've even spoken to a couple of artists as well that believe that, you know, they need to smoke weed or they need to be on alcohol, they need to be in some sort of substance while they're in the studio because it lets their creativity go. Do you, when you record, would you rather do it sober or do you feel like you need something, bit of something just to sort of let that creativity go?
I'll be honest with you, sometimes, only sometimes when I write, if it's more like a fun beat or maybe something that's slash sort of reggae-ish, I don't mind having a little blaze to be able to write some stuff. But for the most part, bro, nah, I'm sober, bro. I gotta be sober in the studio and I gotta remember what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah. Nah,
Okay.
bro, sober. My thing's just straight sober. Get to work. Like I treat it like a job in a way. You know what I mean? You get to work, you do your business, you do your thing, and then after that, get out of there. You know. After that, maybe, bro. After I've done my job, I might relax a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I like that, bro. And
So, bro.
okay, and I know that because obviously now with this whole, you know, you're waiting for this contract. So what happens next? Did they tell you anything about what's going to happen next once this contract start? Like you've signed it, like, or is that just more of a secret? Or is that more of a secret thing?
No. All it is like the contract is like it gives you the legal rights to distribute the song. So the song will be mine, but it has major artists on it. You know what I mean? So
Oh
then it
wow.
doesn't. What it is, it doesn't give me any drama. Like releasing that music. So it'll be on Spotify and it'll literally say Roy Latino featuring Snoop Dogg, and that's straight up legit.
Wow. No, that's good. No, that's mad. And
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of corporations are doing that now, where it's like, oh, you know, you can write, you know, you can do that, and then you work with the songs. Just it saves a lot of artists from doing like copywriting and stuff like that, and shit like that, I guess. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I think well, this is the thing too. I may have that song, but also another 2,000 people probably have the same song. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
it's not like one song that was just sent specifically to me. It's just the ones that were loyal to the producer, I guess, and that's his business, you know.
right.
Yeah, so he would have made deals with the major artists already. He would know them. Like this guy's worked with like a lot, bro. He's worked with like a lot of the majors. You know what I mean? So he would have probably either he probably made a deal with them. I'm not sure exactly how they did it, but let's say he'll give them a beat pack of, 50 beats to Snoop or 100 beats to Snoop, and Snoop leaves a verse there and he just signs over a quick chorus and he can do what he wants with the chorus. And then suddenly I come in and I just get lucky that I've been part of that beat program for a long time and I have one with Snoop, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Which
No,
was a
I like
dream for
that.
me, bro. So I have it there. I listened to it last night, and I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet for that one, bro. I need to. In a few weeks, I'll refresh my mind and get to that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Why do you feel like you're not ready? Is that do you feel like you have to prepare yourself
No, I
sometimes?
just feel like it's Snoop, bro. It's Uncle
Yeah.
Snoop. It's a big one. So you gotta, I feel like I need to be in the right mood to be able to write the right to say the right things. For me, it's I've waited my whole life, so I don't want to rush that. So I'll
Yeah.
leave that to a little bit later and make sure that I do things correctly with that song, and also have fun. Have fun, enjoy it, and just have a good time, like laying down some dope lyrics with a major, major artist on there.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Oh, my
'Cause I feel
homie. My homie that's there, Irish. What up, Irish? What's going on? He's got a podcast too, Medicated TV. So yeah, my homie there, bro. We were on that last Snoop tour. Actually, my homie was on the tour. He brought me on. So yeah, shout out to you, Mr. Irish. But yeah, bro, I landed one with Snoop, cuzzy.
Okay. Oh no, that's mad. That's awesome. And I think because I saw on Facebook that the grand final of the AFL is eyeing on Snoop Dogg to do a halftime show.
Oh
To be
wow,
honest,
there you go.
so
I didn't even know that. So see, that's the difficult part then if you do something to be able to do a video or something like that with someone of that caliber, that's difficult, bro. Then you need someone to reach out to his team, like it could be Irish himself to get out there, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, so yeah, man, that part will be difficult, but it would be dope if he acknowledged it. That would be sick, bro.
Oh
Uncle
yeah, of
Snoop, if you're
course.
out there, bro, let him know, Labzy. Let him
Yeah,
know, bro.
we got to let him know, bro. We got to let him know. I'll see if I can get my connects to talk to Snoop. See if that's gonna
Yeah.
work. To be honest,
Like the
so
Irish just said, I'll just let him know I got the smoke. We on, haha, because he provided medicinal remedies for Tio Snoop last time.
oh
That's right.
nice, oh
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, no, I think that's very important.
yeah. He would need that here. So yeah, man. Hey,
Yep,
man. Shout
absolutely.
out to the Latin Pride lowriders, bro. Is that how we met, Labzy?
I
How
think
did we
so.
meet, man?
I think it was through I think I don't know if I did a little mini interview with Latin Pride Lowriders when I was at the event, which both of us were a sponsor for, and I think you were there. I think you liked one of the posts, and then you followed me, and then I followed you, or it was through like Jess Machiavelli as well, maybe.
Oh,
Could be
right.
one of
Oh,
those. Could be that. Could be that. But
yeah.
um. But yeah, I think that's how we met. I think I don't really
I think
remember.
so, bro. I can't remember, bro. I just remember suddenly we're just like, yeah, that's the homie, but
Right?
yeah, you know what I mean? And
That's
I see you
crazy.
working and working, bro, and I'm like, yeah, man, no, that's Labzy. But I'm like, how did I meet Labzy? Yeah.
No, well, but I do want to ask you as well, being a Latin artist,
Yeah.
do you feel that it's harder to rap in your native language than it is into English?
No, actually, well, it can be 50-50, but to be completely honest, sometimes because I originally started speaking my native language to begin with, I feel that sometimes it's easier to rap in Spanish than it is English. Yeah.
Okay.
But I still do
And
both. I do both though.
do you believe it's kind of like I wouldn't say because during the hard side, we'll talk about the hard side for a second. Is it
Yeah.
because that we have to kind of make it make sense in what you're speaking about in English? Because obviously the way you would say it in Spanish would be different, and then you have to kind of translate it a little bit in
Yeah.
English. Is that kind of the difficulty there?
Um, yeah, I mean, probably in the beginning when I first got here, that would have been the case. I think now it's just more like what flavor you want to add to the track, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or who you want your audience to be as well, because that's a major one too. Because if you do like, I don't know, like a more Latino style beat, the Latins are gonna feel, is Australia gonna feel it? The whole of Australia. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So it's that's the type thing, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but I feel like if you're a real listener, you would still appreciate it, regardless whether it's in English or Spanish or even Arabic in my case. I
Yeah.
mean, because I've got a song that's the rapper is black, but he raps in Japanese, like
Oh,
full
that's sick.
Japanese. It's called Osaka Blues, right? And it's such an amazing beat. I wanna give you the video. I want to give you the video, the music video of it, just for
Yeah.
you to obviously to have a look for yourself. And then you think to yourself, I'm like, bro, this guy's like full rapping in Japanese like it's crazy. Like it's full of 1964 Impalas in the heart of Tokyo. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's mad, bro. No, they love it. Man, Japanese. I think the Japanese are the second biggest following of lowrider, cholo, and Latin culture in the world, bro.
Wow.
That's the second biggest lowrider culture on earth after Los Angeles is Japan.
But yeah, I agree with that because I feel like they love like all the genres. To be
Yeah,
honest with
yeah, yeah.
you.
No, they do. Yeah. You know what's trippy, man, about other genres?
Mm,
Yesterday, man, I went to get sushi, right?
mm,
And at the sushi spot, they were playing like this trap slash sort of like jazz with rap. It was pretty dope, bro. And I was like, what
mm.
language is that? And it was Korean, but it wasn't like K-pop, man. It was like some hardcore hip hop, bro. It was mad,
Yeah.
bro. I don't know what they were saying, but you know what I mean? It was pretty dope. You know what I mean? Pretty dope.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I mean. But you can still appreciate it. Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
something sounds
Yeah.
hard, if something sounds hard on a beat, like fuck yes, I'd still be listening to it. I'd still freaking jam it. You know what I mean? Like if it's in Japanese, like I wouldn't mind having my windows down, jamming something that I don't understand,
Yeah,
understand
yeah,
the
exactly.
lyrics.
Like a major one in the Latino culture is Gasolina by Daddy Yankee. Like
Yes,
how many people just smashed that song ever since it come
bro.
out, even up to now.
Yeah, of course. And then even people are not understanding the lyrics, but they're still rapping to it because they know, that they know the lyrics, but they don't know the meaning of it. But they'll just if they're jamming to it, man, hell yeah, that's it. Then
Yeah,
we've done something.
yeah, exactly. No, it's a feeling, like you said. Is it about a feeling? Yeah, of course, man. I've had like a few of my, either Spanish or Spanglish tracks that have, semi hit in the underground, and people love it. You know what I mean? And like some people may not know what the hell I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But they
but
they
then
they
you'll
love it. Yeah.
yeah, but you'll still have people that would still like jam to it as well and bump it in the car a little bit as well, and then obviously go with the lyrics that they know that they understand.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because again, I feel like there's two types of people that listen to music. I feel like there's the ones that follow it just because it's cool and it's very popular,
Mm.
or you have the ones that really actually absorb with it. Like they listen to the not just the
Appreciate
beat, not just
appreciate
the
the actual music. Yeah.
that's right, correct. It's not just the beat, it's the lyrics, it's the production, it's the feeling, it's the meaning behind the lyrics of the song, and so on. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
it's like, and that's how where I feel like you know who's really paying attention, who's really valuing music at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, shout out to the diehard fans because I got a few of those that are like they're solid, bro. I drop something, they're listening and they analyze it and they go, I love it when they give me feedback. You know what I mean? And it's a good thing, bro, because they're truly wanting you to do well and they're truly listening to your music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, well, let's talk about that. So tell me about your hardcore fans. Like, do they? Well, I mean, as much as I know, just as you said, like they want to support you, they want you to do better and stuff like that. They really want you to grow as
Wow.
an artist. But I mean, has there ever been moments where they're not I guess not understanding the message? Because sometimes have you ever had fans where they're not really liking a song and it feels like you have to explain, this what the song is really all about to help them understand? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, yeah. Also, what is very common is misunderstanding.
Yeah, that one.
Like they'll, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Yeah, like definitely misunderstanding. Sometimes that happens too. Where you're like, oh yeah, mad. They're gonna think it's like exactly what's in my mind, what I wrote it for them to understand, and then they go ahead and tell you, oh yeah, no, like I went to the club and I did this, and I was like, hold on, bro, that's not what
mm,
my song says. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Talking about that, you just reminded me of it, man. This was the funniest thing. It's kind of scary actually, but it was the funniest thing that happened to me when like a fan or someone that knows my music came up to me. We were in Melbourne actually,
Yeah.
and we were doing the opening for Lil Easy E, which is Easy E's son, and DJ
Yes.
Yella of MWA. Were you there?
No, I wasn't there. But go
No?
on.
Okay. Yeah, so we're doing the opening, bro. It was mad. I brought out Mezzy and OG Gilberto as well. Shout out to Gilberto, Mezzy, and yeah, thanks to Ruben and that CBK. Yeah, so we ended up out there in Melbourne in Chelsea Heights, right? So we're doing the show, killed it, bro. Had mad fun. Like the crowd was phenomenal, bro. Just
Mhm.
mad time. Then we went to the smoking area real quick. And you know, people take pictures or whatnot and come up to us, and they were really cool, man. They were really, really down with us.
Yeah.
And also shout out to Loud and Pride, man. They were there, man. They were a big part of it, the transportation and everything.
Oh,
Anyway, bro,
absolutely.
we're chilling, bro. We're chilling out in the smoking area. And one of the dudes that come up to me, about 2 meter tall African dude, right? And this local comes up to me and he goes, brother. And I said, yeah. And he goes, man, I love that song, bro. He goes, I'll tell you something. He goes, this was about a month ago. He goes, I put on my balaclava. We're with the homies in the Mercedes, bro. We're off to rob somebody, bro. And I chuck on bandoleros, bro. And that shit gave me so much energy. And I was like, whoa, you just say just robbing people to my song, bro? What the hell? Cause
Oh
that day
man.
I was, and then he's like, can I take a picture? And I was like, fuck. I thought, yeah, you can take a picture, man. Just like, don't try not to do that in life, cause you know what I mean? Like, what,
Yeah.
man? But that's a misinterpretation of the song, you know what I mean? That's like,
Yeah.
it gave him energy to do the wrong thing, you know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
Naked, what's up, big homie?
Oh
Yeah,
man, and that's see, but I think it also as well, a lot of people take the lyrics probably a little bit too literally because sometimes, because
yeah, yeah,
even if you look at like the Bible, right? There's a lot of things called
yeah,
as a
yeah,
parable, and I've noticed that there's a lot of parables even in music as well. It's like, in an example, I'm a I'm a pimp with a pen, right? That's just an
mm,
example. But it's not like you're a pimp in general.
yeah.
You're basically you're the master with the pen. Like you know how to write lyrics and these types of things. That's what it means like pimping the
They
pen
pimp out your
because you're doing
lyrics
it
like
when you
that
need to.
type thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I feel like a
You
lot of
know,
people go on.
you know who did that sort of stuff, and you know sometimes people took him the wrong way was Bizarre from D12.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like he would
Absolutely.
say some outrageous stuff, and then you're like, yeah, you know this guy's just joking. You know he doesn't
Yeah,
mean it.
it's
You know what
not.
I mean?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
really. Yeah, exactly. I think it's just his writing style and his character as a rapper. That's where
yeah,
a lot of people take things like a little bit too seriously and a little bit too far, and it's just like, no, that's just, again, that's just a parable of what he's trying to say, and that could mean different things. And
yeah,
this is and it's one of those things where if you know, you know. If you're raised in the hood and he's saying some wild shit like that, but they understand what he's saying. They
yeah, yeah,
understand what
yeah.
he's talking about, you know? But I mean, and at the same time, like, if you're a rapper or an artist in general, it's like you're doing this for you. Like, if anyone understands it, that's on them. If they're not going to understand it, again, that's on them. I don't know. I think people need to do a bit more research, a little bit
On
when
the
it comes
artist,
to,
yeah. It was
yeah,
the
a
first
little bit
time.
more.
The first time, like I actually heard that actually it was the rapper called Cursor. You know Cursor, the Aussie rapper here in Australia.
What's the cursor? That name sounds very familiar.
So yeah, the epic sort of Aussie hip hop battles where it was like Cursor versus 360. That
Mm.
dude Cursor, he was on the he was on a talk show here in Australia, like some like famous, like I think it was Channel 7 or something like that, or Channel 10.
Yeah,
It might have been on
yeah.
Channel 10. And they asked him that question live. They go, do you believe that rappers should talk like this? And they quoted Bizarre's lines, and he's like, nah. He goes, obviously he knows that he's doing it for comical reasons, and people shouldn't
Mm.
take that literally. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, like, yeah,
Mm.
some people do take things literally. I think not everybody's in the best mental space to be able to listen to everything. You know, for example, Eminem. You know, he's
Mm.
like like would say some outrageous stuff, but you know, half of it, you know, he doesn't mean it. He's not going to get a chainsaw and cut your head off. You get what I'm saying? Unless you provoke him.
Yeah, well, that's right. But also, when Eminem does it, he does it lyrically, not literally.
There we go.
That's the difference.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean? Like they'll murder you so lyrically, but not
yeah,
literally. That's
yeah,
that's what that is, right? And yeah, and again, that goes back to what I was saying before. Like it's just a parable thing where, if I'm telling you something in my lyrics, it's not like it's not encourage. It's also not encouraging you to do this thing. Like if I'm talking about, if I'm a rapper that's talking about being in the hood and on the projects and stuff like that, and obviously the dark things are happening, it's not
yeah,
encouraging you to do the same. I'm just telling you my story, because that's also, I feel like, another thing that a lot of fans take lyrics too far, and they think, oh, it's motivation to, oh, well, it happened to this rapper in his life, so if I do the same thing, I'm gonna blow up too. It's like, no, that's not
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that's
like
the
that's
wrong
not
way to go about music because you're not, first of all, you're not being authentic.
correct.
And that can get you into trouble depending on what you're saying. Because if you're like, oh, I'm going to, you know, go get this fool and go do something wrong,
Mm,
bro. I mean, especially to, like picture us, picture the Latino community in Los Angeles, and you talk about, oh, I'm a ese, I'm a vato, and you go and do and you're not that.
yeah, well,
You gotta be careful with that because that might not work
yeah.
out your way.
Yeah, exactly. And then because again, like you got to be careful who you say those types of things around, because you don't know, you could be working for the ops, you could be the snitch, you could be,
And that's the thing
these
too.
types
Yeah,
of things, and that could get you into deep shit.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh man, and that's what annoys me about, because for me, I listen to a lot of trap, I listen to a lot of like projects, and a lot of gun violence and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
that doesn't encourage me to pick up a gun and start
to
killing
go
people.
do
It
it.
doesn't do that. You
I'll
know
tell
what I
you
mean?
the only song in the world that actually makes me get a little wild, bro.
Mm.
For some reason, is California Love. Whenever I hear that song by
Yeah.
Tupac, bro, just it's the most gangster song, bro. It gives me that sort of energy, bro. And I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you,
it
bro, I
gives
love it,
you
man.
it gives you that fire, bro. Especially his
Yeah,
lyrics when you know he's coming as well. When Tupac's gonna start rapping, bro, you just know,
yeah,
like, the fire's now lit. To be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
The
man,
feeling.
and so I do want to talk about, because you said you got an old school car yourself.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. I
Tell,
got a
tell
low
me
rider.
tell me about this car. What is this car, this old school vehicle beauty that you have?
Yeah. So it's called a Oldsmobile. So that was like I've always wanted to be in low riding like ever since the beginning. My grandfather had like a Chevy and whatnot. So for the ones that don't know, it's a Chevrolet Impala, that type thing. You know what I mean? So I grew up watching that and being around cars all my life. So it's something that's more my hobby, but it is also my life, to be honest. Actually, when I think about it.
Really?
Um,
Explain, how did it save your life?
No, no, oh no, not saving my life, but I'm saying it's also my life. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's how it started, man. It started with my grandfather, then passed down to my father, and then now I'm into the same sort of thing, you know what I mean? At my age now, reaching more of OG age, you know what I mean? So I wanted
Right.
to, yeah, get into that and make that very much part of my life. And then, yeah, man. So it kind of, here in Australia, kind of started off talking to the boys in Melbourne, that Latin Pride lowriders, talking to them. And I'm like, yeah, man, one day I'm going to get a lowrider. And this phone's on tap today. Sorry, man.
Okay.
That was the homie Danny Sands. It's another Latino artist, probably one of the biggest ones that we have actually in Australia.
Yeah,
I'll,
nice.
try,
Very
I'll
nice.
pass you on to the homie too, bro. So you can jump
Yeah,
on the
fucking oath.
podcast.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got a
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, his
fuck yes.
story is hectic. His story is hectic.
Okay. And so when it
Um,
comes to customizing the lowrider, because obviously it is going to be expensive. It is an old school car, because you have to
yeah.
find parts and these types of things. Like, I would like, tell me the process of that. Like, I would imagine that the
Oh,
amount of calls you have to find, the amount of ads you have to kind of go through.
yeah, like to be honest, man, there's a lot of time and Yeah, man, quite a bit of money, bro. If you're not ready for it, it's not a young man's game, I believe, because if you don't have your financials correct, which I don't at the moment, like that's why, like the Lolo, you haven't seen it for a little while because I'm doing exactly that. I got to get a new radiator for it and whatnot. But yeah,
Oh
so
wow.
to tell you about the car, it's a 1977 Oldsmobile Regency, and Oldsmobile's it's kind of like very similar to a Cadillac type thing, very similar. Just
Okay.
a tiny little bit shorter than a Cadillac, your Cadillac Fleetwood. You know what I mean? So
Oh wow.
yes, very similar to that. And then yeah, in when I first got it, it just looked like a 1970s cop car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm looking at it right now. It looks like a box. It's a box Chevy, basically.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah. You know who was a Thomas, bro? From who's he ride with? I think he rides solo, but the homie Thomas, some Samoan dude that we
Okay.
know. Yeah, he told me the same thing. He's like, bro, is that a box Chevy, bro? It just looks like a Chevy Caprice.
Yeah.
Chevy Caprice, not a box Chevy, Chevy Caprice.
Yeah.
And yeah, so very similar. It's like it's like if a Cadillac and a Chevy Caprice had a baby, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see. Yeah, because again, because I think the box Chevy era
Yeah,
was, and obviously a lot of companies were trying to copy the kind of the shape as well, and I think that's probably
yeah.
what kind of got people off guard a little bit to make it look like it's a box Chevy.
Right.
So
Yeah, so
yeah,
yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It sort of is like a Chevy Caprice or like a box Chevy sort of look, that sort of thing. But you know, we change the interior a little bit, put Mexican blankets in there, and just started really making it like real Latino looking and Mexican looking. You know what I mean? Give it that
yeah,
sort of Mexicano, Los Angeles type feel. And then, yeah, obviously put the 100 spoke wheels on it. And then now will come, other things like switches and, we call it cutting. So once you cut it, that means you got hydraulics in it.
yeah,
And then it'll be sick, bro. Just be running around, just, hitting switches everywhere, bro. It'll
yeah,
be
of
mad,
course.
bro. Yeah, I
Okay,
love that.
so it doesn't have the hydraulics just yet.
No, not yet, bro. No, I wish, but yeah, not yet. It's a work in progress, but yeah, not yet. That's
Yeah,
dope.
nice, man. No, because I love the Latin Pride low riders, especially the 64 Impala. Because when we were at
Yeah.
there was an event that we were sponsored for, and then yeah, like it was just so, it was just so cool. Like I just didn't want to touch it, to be honest with you. I just wanted to just
Oh, that's the homie Gustavo, La Señorita 6'4".
yeah,
Yeah. Because I
Gus.
think this one's yeah, Gus, yeah, Gustavo, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
man. Oh,
man
bro, I'll
Gus,
tell you
man.
something. Like when I was there, because he's a big fan of my music, right?
Nice.
And yeah, so when I got there, he's tripping out that I was there, and I was tripping out on his car and that, and that is a mad fan too. And he's like, man, jump in it, loco, blah blah. So, bro, this dude's letting me hit the switches, and out of nowhere, bro, I dumped the back of it, and I wasn't meant to, bro. I mean, I dumped
That's
the
it.
fuck out of it, like it just full hit the fucking boom, the bottom. But he's got plates in that down the bottom that help it not get damaged. So,
Yeah. Good.
yeah. So I was like, oh crap, I hope I didn't, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
damage the car. But yeah, no, like I suppose you do have to be careful if it's not your car, man, because it's a lot of money. That man, I'm afraid to ask him how much he spent on that thing.
Oh, we had a conversation. It was a bit. Because
Yeah, but
obviously you
just
have to
the
get the custom
engraving.
paint. Yeah, it's the custom paint. Obviously you gotta obviously get to doing. You have to do the inside as well as like the wheels as well. You know, obviously with the hydraulics as well, which is obviously a big part of it as well. It's a lot. But
Yeah,
just as you said, like it's not a, it's not a, you know, you have to have your finances in check in order to customize these types of things.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, hence why mine's off the road for the moment. You know what I mean? It's registered, but it's just not running.
Yeah.
But it will be, man. Just give me a couple. I reckon I'd say, another month and I'll have it on the road running, new paint job, whatnot.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, fucking nice. Hang on, so you're based in Brisbane, aren't you?
Yeah, Brisbane, yeah.
Okay, okay. I don't know. For some reason, I thought you were in Melbourne. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Yeah, I
But
know people. It's weird because I've met people from there, and they go, yeah, come catch up with us, man. I was like, nah, I'm just on tour, bro. I'm going back home.
No.
Yeah, and they go, oh, yeah, sweet, bro. We'll catch up with you when you're in Sydney. You know, I was like, no, I'm from Brisbane, bro. I'm not from Sydney. Brisbane? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, no, I'm
Now,
a Brisbane native, bro. 100%.
yeah, nice. Yeah, nice. Well, so you guys are enjoying the nicer weather than us. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, we
Um,
got good weather, that's for sure. Yeah, it gets hot
God,
as
yeah.
hell, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you're also a family man as well
Yeah.
yourself. Now, I wanted to ask you, how do you balance your music with your family?
To be
Do you think
honest,
it's hard sometimes?
yeah, it is, man. It's that's a thing that's not for everybody. Just you gotta have the right person beside you, I guess, you know what I mean? You gotta have the right person beside you that will endure that pain, you know, because
Mhm.
it's we're underground trying to make it. It's always gonna be a struggle to get there, you know, and our passion it runs through our veins, you know what I mean? Plus, I'm a
Yeah.
Piscean, bro, and it's just constant wanting to do this sort of stuff. So, yeah, man, I suppose you got to have the right person, but you know, just also have consideration for your family and your kids, and just, as long as you got the bills paid and things are sweet, bro, and your time off, if you can, man, bang, you set it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. What do you have there ever been moments where it's like you have to go on tour, because either you're opening up for someone big, but then the family needs you. Has that ever kind of happened to you?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like, oh, I'll be honest with you. I was working, driving trucks in the mines, right?
Hmm.
And I was doing 7 days. So I'd go work away for 7 days. I came home for like one period of time. I came home for 4 hours. Then I was on the plane for another 3 days on tour. Then I come back and I had to take off to do another 7 days and didn't see my family for like 3 weeks. You know, that sort of thing. Just for doing like a 15, 20 minute opening for someone. But you know, sometimes you got to do it if you want to. Man, you got to do
Yeah.
it, bro. If that's who you are and you're about it, man, like you look at yourself in the mirror and you're Labzy, bro, no one's going to stop you doing your podcasting. You're going to do it, you know? But,
Yeah.
you know, having consideration for your peoples, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Because I feel like you know it is a big sacrifice, because it's like some people believe, oh, you got to do this single, that way you don't have any issues and stuff like that. But it's like I feel like you can do it whilst you're married, or if you have a spouse or whatever, or if you have
Yeah.
kids. We just got to have that conversation. We got
Yeah.
to have that. You're gonna have that conversation of, listen, I want to be the biggest rapper ever. I'm gonna be on tour.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing this stuff. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop paying bills, because the bills are getting paid, because I need these lights on too. And
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to communication, and also really having that real conversation, and really just understanding that what I want to do, not just for me, but it's also for the kids as well, because I'm very sure your kids would see that as inspiration, to be
Oh,
like, this
yeah.
is you know they get to see their dad, being on performing and seeing and these types of things, but they have to understand the cost, because which I think is not no one's talking
Yeah.
about as well. It's like they see the you being on stage and opening up and being in the studio, etc. But it's like, hang on, no, I gotta sometimes miss out on birthdays. I gotta sometimes miss out on funerals. I gotta sometimes miss out
Yeah.
on weddings and stuff like that, because I gotta go get this money. I gotta make a name for myself.
I suppose to answer your question, it's kind of like work, bro. You know, if you're working away sometimes, you know, like FIFO workers and stuff, they'd know that. It's sort of very similar, you know, you're just going away to do your job. So, yeah, man, you miss out, bro. And unfortunately, it sucks, you know, sucks for the artist, man. Like, you know what? A perfect song that describes this right here that you're asking is Rock Superstar by Cypress Hill.
Yep.
Like if you listen to that song, it tells you, do you really want this, bro? Do you know what I mean? Do you want the fame? Do you want the 5 cars? Yeah. Because there's going to be moments you're sitting there in that hotel lonely as hell, bro.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
understand that that comes with the territory that, you know, but hey, man, if you knew the job was dangerous when you took it, put your shoes on and go rock the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, have you ever had that moment where, you're on tour and then you're kind of like, in your little mini downtime and it's like, shit, my family's not here. It's just me
Oh,
here.
yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro, 100%, man. Like, there's
How
been
did it make you
moments
feel?
where, it makes you feel confused, you know what I mean? Because you're like,
Mm.
it's like, you're giving this love to the world or at least to the fans that, you know, I mean, mad love to them, obviously, but I'm saying like, mad, you know, to your supporters, but, um, you know, you should be at home giving that love to your family. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a bit of a contradicting sort of feeling, bro. You can feel very alone on tour, or pretty dope on tour too. You know what I mean? Just depends if you're around the right people and right promoters, and you know your crew's with you and that. That's why sometimes when I go on tour, man, I take some of the boys on tour. It makes it more fun and that, you know. You don't feel alone. You're not just on your own, alone all the time. But yeah, no, I've had
Yeah,
moments where I've cried before a show, bro. You know what I mean? And
really.
then, yeah, man, yeah. I mean, we've done a lot of shows, but yeah, man, like, yeah, there's been moments where I've cried before a show, man. Wipe your tears, put your shades on, bro, and do us, bro. Off we go. You know what I mean? I just had an argument, half an hour before you and me spoke, and I'm like, hey, it's all good, man. I'll hide the tears. I'll chuck
Yeah.
these on, bro, and the show goes on. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's just part
Man.
of it, I guess. But a lot of artists that are new to this don't understand this and come in thinking, yeah, man, you can just rap and everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's all good until someone starts throwing dirt on your name and then you're missing your family and you don't have enough money to release music and all this. Hey, man, you know, a little bit of advice about there. And then for the people out there that are new, that are stepping into this, if you don't love this, don't do it, man. You know what I mean? Don't do it for clout because you're only going to
Mm.
damage yourself. You know what I mean? But if you really are that, man, go hard. You know, go hard, man. Because we
Yeah.
need good music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Music is good, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that, bro. And thank you for sharing all that, man, because I think that's one of the
Oh,
biggest
cool.
things. And that's one of the biggest things that people forget and also fail to understand that when you are, well, look, Legendary Plies also said that on the path of greatness, you're going to be losing a couple of friends, right?
Oh, for sure,
And
man.
it is going to be hard, especially when you look again if you have family and obviously you have kids and stuff like that. It is very hard. Even I look at like some of the rappers that I listen to, and they would be in the interviews, and they will talk about if you are a real father, it is so hard because sometimes even when you're
Yeah,
parenting, you got to discipline them through FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to talk to them
yeah,
through FaceTime, tell them no, you got to listen to your mother. While I'm not there, you got to do your best you can while I'm not there because when I come there, I'll whoop your ass. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So.
No, trust me, I know all about that, man. Like, yeah, half the time, but look, like I said, you got to have the right people beside you, you know, taking care of the fams as well. But I'm saying, um, yeah, man, half the time that's what it's been for me. Like this, just like this, bro. If you were my son, I'd just be like, hey, man, you know. But then you can't because they don't. That feeling is not the same because you're not
Yeah.
there in real life. You know what I mean? So is it? Yeah, man, it can get you down, but you know, like I said, man, this is not for everyone. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to, you know, dull the moment of music or nothing like that. But if you really, really, really want to get out there, man, just be prepared to do all this sort of stuff if you have a family and that. Because I mean, it's going to break you at some point.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man. But that's all part of it, bro. I mean, look, this is a test. I would say it's also a test from God to see, like, this is the gift that I've given you. It's like
Mm.
and it's like you are gonna, you know, this is what it's gonna take because this is the gift I've given you.
And it's crazy, man. It's like contradicting too, because it's like you're meant to be at home doing the right thing, but also you've been given this gift, and with the gift you can heal people, bro. You know what I mean? You just got to be careful what you say out there. But if you're healing people, bro, with your music, and your music makes people feel good, bro, like when you have time, and you know, and it is really what you're about, do it, bro. Do it to the fullest, bro, because we don't know, man. We don't know how long we're on this for. You know what I mean? Tomorrow we
Yeah,
might go.
exactly
So,
right.
man, like, I mean, touch wood, we don't, but you don't want that upon anyone. But I'm saying you gotta, if you love what you do it, bro, because it's, you transcend good feelings to the world, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But then I'll let you know something,
Yeah.
Latino, that you are an amazing man, you are an amazing artist, you are doing your best, and I want to let you know that you are a successful person. So what does successful means in my definition? It means that you're doing what you love doing, you are getting results, whether it's minor or major, and you're growing, and that's the definition of success to me. So you are a successful man, man.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that. Yourself too, bro. Yourself too. I see you growing, bro. I see you doing your thing everywhere I look now. Labzy, bro. It was mad, bro. I love seeing that because I'm like, yeah, bro, the bro, man. Like, I like that, bro. I like seeing people grow, man. I
Yeah.
like I try to say this to my own community sometimes,
Mhm.
honestly, because there's a lot of people out there trying to bring people down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me say this. If you and
Hmm.
me,
Yeah.
let's say, if I have hatred for you because you're shining, right? Like, imagine if I was like, oh no, Labsy's like shows crap, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then what's gonna happen? You're not gonna put me on, are you? Do you get me? But if I'm like, hey man, Labsy's shows is great, man. I see the bro shining. He's working hard. He just had like, bro, who didn't you have some? Oh no, yeah, I might not say. Did you post it already? The cast from the American Pie.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's
you
on
did?
that's on that's on YouTube and Spotify as well.
Oh, okay, dope, dope, dope. Yes, sweet. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like someone like that, and then you got all these other people on there, and it's really growing. Bro, why not back the homie? Why not tell him he's
Yeah.
doing great? Why not give him his flowers while he's here, bro? That's the problem with people these days, bro. No, no, I'll give Royal his flowers when he's gone. Like,
Yeah.
nah,
No,
bro.
that doesn't work that way. To be
Yeah,
honest with you. But you know what? But you know what? For a very long time, for a very long time, I think a lot of people we've been grown up to believe that if I mean the people believe that if they're still alive, there's no point of saying anything because they're there. But if they pass away, it's different because we're never going to see them again. That's why they're giving their
yeah,
flowers.
yeah.
It's like, well, okay, that's fair, but it's like,
Uh,
well, why can't we change the mentality to be like, hey, Latino, you're doing an amazing job with your music, or being you're doing an
bro,
amazing
I'll tell
these
you
types of
something.
things.
Right now, right now as we speak, there's a couple of people on here that left comments. People that definitely have had my back and still having my back right now.
Mm,
Um, I got yeah, my homegirl Jax from Latinos en la 4EB. 100% one of the people that supported me, bro. Do you know what I mean? Even though I'm
yeah,
underground and sometimes I'm not like just culturally traditional, she has had me on her radio station. You know what I mean? And I've done the same and promoted like her radio station or her segment on there. And that's what I'm saying, bro. If we help each other like that, also my homegirl, Jamila, right? Jamila's Jams, like
yeah.
a dancer that's been in my video, you know what I mean, supports me, loves my music, pushes my music out there, and we try and do the same. So, like, yeah, guys, if you're out there, make sure you go check out these people, man, that are on here, because these are all these are all dope people doing their thing, and putting their passion out to the world as well, bro. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Unity, bro. I did a track with this guy named Maki, bro, in
Mhm.
a reggaeton artist in Puerto Rico, and he said it in my song. He actually said unity brings victory, bro. And like the way he said that, he meant that. And I do believe that if we unite and don't have hatred for each other, like, and we help each other up, bro, we
Mm.
win, bro. But if we bring each other down, then You know what I mean? That's where we're going to remain, down the bottom.
Yeah, but also another thing as well is like, and I thought about this as well. I feel like there's these artists that believe that there should be only one successful person at a time, right? So in other
Yeah.
words, say, okay, I can't I can't be. I'm trying to be a rapper myself, and I can't be a rapper anymore because Royal Latino is now a rapper and he's blowing up. That means I can't do it anymore. Then that means I'm not good enough
Yeah.
because he's already blown up. He's already ahead of me. It's like, bro, you can be like, I can win with you. What the hell are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Like you
Oh,
could, and if that's the case, reach out, do a song with me, cuz. You know what I mean?
thank
You
you.
get it's that simple, man. And I might be like,
Yeah.
yes, bro, it could be the biggest song in the world. Like, we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't know
Yeah.
what it could work out. Like you could be, and not also most importantly, you don't know who it could reach out to, and you don't know who's listening as well, which is also
Exactly.
another thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You never know. That's what I mean. Everybody's got different people and different connections or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like we were talking last time about the Texas rappers and that.
Yes,
You know,
you know
even
what I
those
mean.
connections is like I didn't. You know, it's funny. I dropped a track with Rose Martinez out in Texas, and I didn't know that you had connections out in Texas. Like you had big connections in Texas, bro.
Yeah,
Dope. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But yeah, man, I just look, bro. No homo, bro. I love you, cousin. I also want to give you your flowers, bro. You're doing really well with your podcast, and I believe that you're going to be one of the biggest in the country, if not the world, bro. You know what I mean? And
Thank you,
keep doing
bro.
your thing, brother. And thank you for having me on too. I really appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, and I appreciate your time, bro, and I appreciate you. I do want to wrap this up now, because obviously there's other things I've got to do as well too. But is there anything you wanted to add, anything you wanted to talk about at all?
No, no, brother. Look, I just want to say thank you and thanks for, all the supporters and everybody that's listening and watching and whatnot. And yeah, man, it's a new album coming out soon, man. The 40 album, that's what I'm gonna call it. And yeah, man, look out for that and all these features that are coming up and with some majors on there. And if you don't know me or you haven't listened to me before, you didn't hear about me, my name is Roy Latino, and I just want to thank the big homie Labzy for having me on his show. And everybody out there, one love and keep doing your thing, man. Bless the world.
And I want to thank everyone that's joining in today. This will be up on YouTube and Spotify. And yeah, please go check out Royal Latino's music, man. It's a jam. It's a jam. So you better yeah. So better get your low riders ready. If you don't have a low rider, just pretend that you do.
Yeah, Vato. Yeah, there you go,
And
bro. It's contagious, bro. I know you need some tattoos, some bandanas, and then you're good. You look
there you
like
go.
us anyway, bro.
There you go. And also let me know next time you're in Melbourne, bro.
No, no, for sure. That's a must. Yeah, I did speak to. Oh, there is a show. There's something coming up. I remember, but yeah, I'll let you know for sure. 100%.
Just as long as it's not in October, I'll be fine. I'll be there.
Okay,
All
100%.
right. All
All
right,
right, big
bro.
man.
Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, bro, we'll definitely speak soon. All right.
Thanks, hermano. You too, man. Take care,
All right.
man.
See you, everybody.
Ciao, locotes.
This is Real Talk.
Real talk.
Yo, this is Ryder, and you're locked into Real Talk.
To Real Talk with Labzy.
Labzy.